Are you worried about the value of the dollar? Would you like a hassle-free way to trade your devalued paper money for gold bullion? Would you like to learn a way to acquire gold steadily and in small amounts without breaking your bank? Would you like to learn how to get that gold for free? Do you want to learn the secret? Would you like to learn how to make a significant income from home? Well, if you answered yes, then it's time for you to learn about real gold money. And now, meet Dan Geromo, the man with the answers and the plan.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome here in Chicago. It's my duty tonight to try and share some information with you that'll let you do something that you couldn't do before. Now, in our life, the most difficult thing to do is pass one idea from one person to another and not be misunderstood. How many people here are married? Right? Wait a minute. Even though has your spouse ever misunderstood you? Even though you were sure about what you were trying to say, they did not hear it in the same way, correct? All right, so what you're going to hear about tonight, the catch-22 in it, is sometimes you're going to be misunderstood. If you can live with that, you can make some incredible security and lifestyle. Now, life's a series of tasks. That's all it is. Some people go to school to get a piece of paper that says they're qualified to get paid more for their tasks. Me? I went to school at Colorado State University. I went to the school of IDRAM. I didn't really apply myself. You know anybody who was on the 20-year program to graduate? I was really good in math, but I couldn't focus, okay? So, needless to say, life's a series of choices. They take you in different directions. It's how you deal with those choices that take you where you want to go or where you wish you weren't. All right? Now, I believe you should never live in regret. It's much more fun to live your life with purpose and a passion. And I love my life. But I can honestly say that the journey from one end to the other wasn't a straight road. Okay? If you can relate with that, you can have some fun with what you do. I think you should have fun doing whatever you do, however you do it. But I want to get a result. I want to know where the destination is. Now, how many people have been in a career more than 10 years? Raise your hand. 20 years. 25 years. 30 years. 35 years. 38 years. All right, I'll just take it as that. Now, let me ask you a question. If those tasks that you perform on a daily basis were ever designed to make you financially free with the ability to make decisions not on how much time and not how much money you had, don't you think they would have done it by now? 10 years. So, who had it for 38 years? Here you go. That's for your suffering. Who else? Right here. Sorry, I'm stepping out. There you go. There you go. Would you pass it right back? I'm sorry, I'm stepping out of the box here. Okay, you put it right back there, pass it back there, okay? Look it. It's easier to do things when you have more than less. You know, at first it was odd. My background, which I never planned to do, is anybody in a career that they never planned on doing? Okay, so you're willing to do tasks for whatever they want to give you, correct? And even if you didn't want to do it, once you start doing it, it's harder to leave it, correct? Okay, I was a licensed and bonded repo man for 27 years in Southern California. I was also an all-lines claims adjuster. So I've probably seen a side of life that most people haven't seen, correct? But all the things that you've had in your life take you to where you are. So I'm going to show you something that is going to give you the ability to get a different result if you give your A-game effort. Now, I'm not talking about trying to pull you into something, because you know what? I'm not going to promote just a program. Nobody wants to join really a program. You know what they want? They want a formula in order to get what they want. That's what people want, a formula to get what they want. And when they recognize it, some will take action on it. So the very thing that makes you good at whatever you do, that attitude, that's what I want you to give me. If you apply that attitude to this process, and I'm going to show you 2 basic tasks you can do that will change everything you know about the result you're getting, and you don't have to give up anything. You just have to reprogram the hard drive between your ears. Sometimes we get programmed in the wrong way, and then we keep doing it and do it and do it and do it, and it doesn't get you where you want. So you get frustrated. And believe me, our young children today, they are observing what we do and how we do it. So beyond what you're going to see tonight, the mission behind this is to teach the next generation how to do something very simple: save money. Okay, now savings used to mean two generations ago, the word savings meant storing generational wealth. Money that was backed by gold. And we used to save up money, and then when we retired, we lived off our savings. We supplemented with a pension and Social Security. But when the dollar was decoupled from gold, that was the death dagger in the end of that advice to be an efficient tool to meet the needs of the economy. And the media programmed you. Make no mistake, your brain has been programmed to do things the way you see everybody else doing it. But the results, 47 million people on food stamps, people with college educations that can't find work. You're seeing symptoms in society you never saw before. Okay? Mainly because nobody's given you another set of information that you can do, and you don't have to give up anything. You just have to do in what's called, what I would call a minor change in your banking routine. That will give you security if you're older and insulate you from the decisions that were made by the people that you trusted to take care of those things that didn't quite work out the way they thought it was going to be. And if you're young, you can have money, time, and youth. What an awesome combination that would be, right? Now, the only difference between a job and freedom is the tasks that you perform at some time create residual income that allow you to do what you want, when you want, how you want, with who you want. And without residual income, I don't care how old you are, you will never retire. You will work until your last day. How do I know? I used to repossess trailers, and I saw Wendy's outfits, okay, in the closets of people that had passed away. Not a pretty sight. So, this is what I want you to know. This right here is the exclusive world's reserve currency until it isn't anymore. Okay? This dollar was worth 1.5 grams of gold. Who knew that? They teach you that in school? They teach you that? This is worth 1.5 grams of gold, which means paper money is just a substitute for real gold money. Real gold money. But this is what's happened over time. This is the buying power when it first started. That's the buying power of the dollar after World War I and World War II. That is the buying power of the dollar after the Korean War. That is the buying power of the dollar after the Vietnam War, also when the dollar was no longer backed by gold. This is the buying power of the dollar after Desert Storm and the end of the Cold War. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Afghan War, and we're still there, right? And this is the buying power of the dollar after the Iraq War. I'm not sure that we're not going to be back in that. This is never coming back. And because of this, you see symptoms like Occupy Wall Street, Tea Party movement, regime changes worldwide, bail-ins, bailouts, private pension funds being swapped out with public trust bonds. Who knows here that in California there are cities that are taking the hard assets from the employees of the cities and swapping them out with public trust bonds that are printed out of thin air? You don't have any say in it. They did it in Poland. And so what you're going to see in its essence is a simple way on how to unfold the buying power of the dollar. But you can't do it with paper. You have to do it with something that's stable, doesn't rust, doesn't rot, and never loses intrinsic buying power. And if all you ever did was utilize the account for self-protection, you would be far better off than if you did not. And if you're willing to tell somebody about it, they will even pay you to do that. So you can determine how much you want to make just by how much effort, time, and leverage. Does it take effort? Of course it takes effort. This isn't one of these put money in deals and don't do any work. That just doesn't make sense. This is a logical relationship with the movement of goods, services, and commerce. And we're going to show you how to do that by exchanging some of that into what we show here. That, folks, is a carat bar. That's 24 karat private issue gold bullion. Many people have never seen 24 karat gold. Surrounded in a certificate of authenticity that makes it gold as money. And there's holograms and other features which are easily recognizable in case somebody has tampered with it. It acts like a mini vault. It's one thing to have gold. It's another thing to have it outside of the vault. Prove it's real. And so what you need to know is in the programming here, carat bars are gold as money and inflation insurance. It is not gold as a commodity. It's not gold for speculative investment. It's not a program for the Wall Street trader program mentality. It's gold as money in the developing system exchange that soon you will see on the cash registers and in the windows. We accept carat bars gold in exchange for goods and services. You are looking at the advent of a brand new honest money system. Almost 5 years in development, not fresh this year. That as we go, it will make a logical commerce relationship. That anything that can be bought in paper money could be bought in fractions of a gram of gold money if the gold money were uniform across the planet. It was the only kind of gold that all banks and governments already use to settle debt, and it's in a recognizable form. Doesn't that look like something recognizable in your wallet? Right? And so we have it in 1 gram, 2.5 gram, and 5 gram denominations. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's a 2.5 gram carat bar. Okay? This is a 5 gram carat bar. Value by size and exchange. You're seeing something that many people have never seen before. Remember when the fax machines came out? How valuable was the first fax machine? Not very. You didn't have anybody to fax to, right? But when there were 1,000 fax machines, it took a natural occurrence in commerce. Think about it. To be able to share documents very quickly, okay? Now, when there was 1 million fax machines, this was the attitude. What, you don't have a fax machine? Right? And so give it time. We are halfway up. We're in 120 countries right now. The company, just a short bit about it. Company's headquartered in Stuttgart, Germany. Okay? It's regulated by strict German laws. Germany is the toughest country in the European Union to do business in. Okay? The European Union needed Germany. Germany did not need the European Union. Okay? Germany is the second largest holder of gold in the world. Germany has seen their paper money go to 0 value 2 times in 100 years. They think differently. And the last time, 5 grams of gold would buy you a home. If you had 5 grams of gold, you could buy a home in those times. Okay? So they think differently. They still talk around the dinner table together. They still talk about it. Half of our families don't even sit and eat together. Notice that? We're being split up because of the demand to make more money. And I'm going to tell you that making money after you see this is extremely simple if you open your mind to what we have. This is man's debt money, and you cannot fix any problem in society by taking debt money and throwing it at more debt. What do you create? More debt, right? And it only allows you to do this if you can print more out of thin air, right? Because somebody wants to buy your debt. What happens if they don't want to buy your debt anymore? So you're looking at an advent of a times very interesting, and there's tons of opportunities. With every adversity lies an equal and greater opportunity. The best part about this is you don't need anybody else to do it. The basis of our program is simple. Exchange some paper money into gold money and save it. We don't eat it, drink it, wear it, smoke it. We don't clean with it. We don't pass it through our kidneys. It always looks good on a financial statement. Nobody is ever sorry that they had gold on their shelf. Ever. Okay? And guess what? They're not making any better 24 karat gold. They don't make it any better than that. And gold is always equal to the task it takes to extract it. You can't shortcut it. The difference between gold money and paper money is this. 2 generations ago, 1970, a gram of gold would have bought you 5 loaves of bread and $1 would have bought you 4 loaves. But after 2 generations, of printing money backed by nothing but a banker's, politician's, or government's promise it's good to pay the taxes, a gram of gold will buy you 20 loaves, and a dollar will buy you a half a loaf. And that is the difference between paper money and gold money. And if the past is going to predict the future, is the value of your labor in this paper money going to be more preserved in this or in a carrot bar? Which one? There lies the simple thought process. The universal solution to the worldwide debt, savings, and currency crisis is simple. Keep doing whatever you do to make this. You don't have to give up anything. But when you get this, instead of putting all your paper money into your paper money bank, take some of it, open up a free Carrot Bars account. No cost to enroll, no maintenance fees, self-managed protected website, no website fees, no obligation to use it other than a tool in your tool belt. And take some of the paper you'd put in this and put it into this. And as the value of paper money goes down, what happens to the value of your gold account? It preserves your labor, and if the only thing you did was to do this, it balances out your losses. Now, you want to make more money? And if you think it's a good idea, you always tell somebody about something you like or something you don't like, so you're doing it all the time anyway. Let somebody else have a look at this. You have to understand that if 10,000 new people saw Carrot Bars for the first time, 10,000 new people every single day for 25 years straight, only 1% of the world would ever take a look at it. That's the fine line. You're even sitting here. So let me give you an example. There's only 4 ways you're going to acquire gold. If you like gold money, there's only 4 ways you're going to get it. 1, you can inherit it. 2, you can extract it out of the ground. Anybody here mined or panned it? How'd that go? Okay. Did you get anything? A little bit. Okay. All right, now. 3, you can buy it out of your own pocket. Some people think they're going to get the most gold by buying it by price. I'm going to save up and buy it in a bigger size. So I'm going to get my leverage there. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But the average person is not going to be able to save up that much money to do anything significant. The 4th reason, the reason we came here to show you this, option number 4 that most people have never heard of or thought of, and that is to set up a Carrot Bars dual system to the 12-week accelerated plan strategy developed by successful affiliates on how to take an e-commerce company called Carrot Bars and what they have and turn it into a logical, legitimate business plan and how to create an asset that produces residual income and allows you to acquire far more gold than you will ever buy out of your own pocket. And there lies the beauty, because you have to give that gift away to others. You can't hoard or hide that information. And there's a chain of events that led you all in this room, including me. I do not think it's by coincidence. You might think so, but I don't think so. Okay? I know why I'm doing this. I know my mission of importance and significance. Some of you are looking for significance in your life to do something great. We had 3 people pass away yesterday. Okay? 3 people that we know. You know what? I often wonder, that's a blessing about maybe the hidden blessing behind it. It makes us think about stuff. So let me share with you a simple process. Number 1, I'm going to show you 2 tasks on how to create an asset that will allow you to do anything you want. So I'm going to show you in the least case example, the minimum example, and anything beyond that, you can multiply it. Okay? Is that fair enough? So if I give you the least case example, I'm going to show you a legitimate business plan on how to create an asset that spins off $4,500 a week of passive income and can be done in 12 weeks. Some people did it in 24 days and set the company record. Some people did it in 8 weeks. Some people did it in 20 weeks. If it took you 52 weeks, are you going to be making $4,500 a week if you keep doing the tasks that you've been doing now? If not, consider looking at this and what it takes to do it. So let's give an example. Let's say you get back with the person that brought you here, and you maybe even go to realgoldmoney.com. But let's just say that you open your own account. And what you do is you open it for free. At this point, you're not moving any money. There's no cost to do it. There's no logical reason not to open an account. Now, This system is built on the 4 pillars of truth about all economies. That's why why do I like it? It's built on the 4 pillars of truth about every single economy on the planet without any other inferences. Seriously, the movement of money, the velocity at the movement of money, how fast it moves regulates how robust an economy is. Moving money toward you with a system. You cannot outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. And many of you are trying to do that by positioning yourself with a job. And you haven't figured out why it's taken longer to get to where you want to go. Next is you have to pay yourself first before you pay your bills. But if you pay yourself in paper money, you're subject to this. Whatever happens to the paper money happens to everything you have kept in paper money, right? So how do you save money? You make sure it's not made out of paper. So we're going to show you how to get a lot of these things for the least amount of time, effort, and personal finances by setting up a Carrot Bars dual team system. Now, you got back, you enrolled an account, you chose one of the business marketing packages the company offers. There's 5 to choose from. It matters not which one you choose as much as it does matter that if you follow our strategy, which is only a strategy, the company doesn't provide this, is if you follow our strategy, you can choose one of 5. It matters that you choose one of them to open the key to the vault to acquire more gold. It leverages yourself. Does this take effort from you? Yes. But it's not all your effort. It's leverage with like-minded people. So let me ask you a question. In the times that we live in today, do you think there's anybody out there somewhere that might want to take a look at a legitimate business plan to produce $4,500 a week of passive income in 12 weeks? Do you believe they're out there? How many? A few? A lot? Maybe even most? To take a look. I didn't know if they could see whether they could do it or not. The only way you can know what's around the corner is do what? Go around the corner. I'm a common sense knucklehead. By the way, I'm the Carrot Bars poster child for the common sense knucklehead. Okay? Really am. Everything I'm going to tell you right now came from all my failures. So you don't have to do that. I give you the wisdom. You can choose to apply it or not, or you can choose to verify by making your own mistakes. Yeah, he was right on that one. All right? And have fun with what you do. We have incredible incentive rewards in this program. I love it. Now, you enrolled a free account. You got one of the business marketing packages. Let's just say the least one, the bronze, for $135, okay? Then you uploaded some documents just like when you were in a bank and you had to give them ID so that it protects, secures, and establishes your identity to your private account. And then you decided to buy 1 gram of gold, 1, every single week for 12 weeks in a row, okay? That creates the velocity and the movement of money. Why? Because we get paid every week. And every week, it gets put on your Carrot Bars MasterCard. Okay? Every week. Now, I'm a common sense knucklehead. I've heard every story in the book of being a repo man, don't you think? Knocked on 300,000 doors over the course of my career to asking people for money in their cars. What kind of things do you think I heard? Right? Now I pay attention to some things that happen more than what I hear. So I understand. If you're skeptical and listening to what I have to say, understand that's okay. But to do that and not find out the truth is useless. Okay, so if what I say makes sense, understand, only legitimate companies get one of these. There lies the security, where I'm going to show you how you can create an asset. I wasn't a white-collar worker, I wasn't a blue-collar worker, I was a no-collar worker. But I've created an asset that fits here, and I can go in any country in the world and run my entire $22 million a year business out of a box in a phone and use employees that somebody else pays. Okay? I don't have to pay for them. And use an infrastructure that somebody else paid. If that appeals to you as an entrepreneur, then come see what we have. We're attracting every single top professional, every single kind of business there is across the planet. Everywhere. We're in 120 countries. So let me give you an example. This is what we do. Here's task number 1. My family thought I was being a gold salesman. You're going to be misunderstood. Dan must be doing pretty good. He must be selling a lot of gold, right? Must be a good gold salesman. I don't sell any gold, the company does. I have an account, refer people to get theirs and allow them to tell somebody else if they like what they see. And some people did and some people didn't. And now there's about 2,000 people a week that are joining that. From touching a few who touched a few people, okay? This is an e-commerce company. eBay, Amazon, both e-commerce companies, correct? Right? Do you know they offer affiliate plans? So you can make money if you do work? Do you know that? All right. Well, we're an e-commerce company too, with the basis that anything that can be bought in paper money could also be bought in fractions of a gram of gold money if the gold money were uniform. Guess what? Did Amazon have to put paper money in your hand? No, you already had it, right? You're familiar with it. Well, for us to work, we have to have this in a lot of people's hands, right? When we have a lot of this in people's hands, it will make a natural commerce connection to do that. And yes, with those transactions, the taxes will be collected for the exchange. We're not here to beat governments out of their tax base. We're here to be a logical pressure release valve for the time when the paper money may have some challenges, whether it's here in another country. Okay? A logical relationship with all commerce. Because as long as the businesses can keep the velocity of the movement of money and collect the tax base, it's good for governments. If the merchant can't move his good or service, if expenses go up and the bottom line profit goes down, what happens to them? They either borrow money and go more into debt in order to carry them through until they can, or they go out of business. If they go out of business, does the government get any more tax base from that? We're good for governments. They just have to understand how we work. No one in the world who sells gold is ever involved in what we do. And you're about to hear us, see us, and recognize our symbol across the planet, because almost 5 years we've been putting these into the hands of people across the planet. It's going to be an amazing phenomenon, and you're going to see it happen, and you're going to know it because it's very few people that know about us right now. So let me go back to how we make money. Let's say you got back with a person who referred you, or you went to realgoldmoney.com, you enrolled in an account, you got any business marketing package. The better one you have, the less people, the less transactions it takes to make way more money, okay? But even a bronze package gets you in the game, so I'm going to show you the bronze package. And let's say you commit to buy 1 gram a week every week for 12 weeks in your own account. I think you should acquire as much gold as you can, okay? Then, what you're going to do is in your first week, you're going to find 2 people that this makes sense to. Whether you have to ask 2, 5, 10, or 20, it makes no difference. There's a finite number of people you have to ask to make sure this works. And in week number 1, you found 2 people that will duplicate, not just 2 bodies, 2 people that will duplicate, business-minded people that duplicate that, you'll make $13. Week number 2, you took $65 paper money, turned it into gold money, real gold money, and you put it in your gold money piggy bank, you didn't make anything. Week number 3, you took $65 paper money, you turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you didn't make anything. Week number 4, you took $65 paper money, you turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you made $26. Week number 5, you took $65 of paper money, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you made $39. Week number 6, halfway through your 12-gram commitment, you took $65 of paper money, you turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you made $65. So it's going to be a totally logical question that if you ask 95% of the population that make their money with a linear income like a job, they're going to ask you, well, how much does your gold cost? Right? They're thinking option number 3 to acquire the most gold. Buy it from your pocket. Totally logical. Well, if you make at least as much money as it takes you to acquire your own gold, how much does your gold cost you? 0. Can you buy it cheaper anywhere else? No, this system was made for thrifty gold acquisition enthusiasts who understand the principle of leverage. Leverage not from self and self-earnings, but leverage from like-minded people who say, I'm not going to be owned, I'm going to be free. Now, it's totally logical that they're also going to ask you, well, Dan, isn't that like money from a job? I mean, how much you making? Right? That's a logical question. Okay, let's put that in perspective. It is like money from a job. You're right. Week 1. But how much more work did you do week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? You didn't. You did it before. Now you're getting paid for what you did before. Unlike the person who worked in that system. He goes to work on Monday, gets paid on Friday. Goes to work on Monday, gets paid on Friday. Goes to work on Monday, gets paid on Friday. Doesn't go to work on Monday. How much is he making? That's been the return on the investment of his time performing the tasks that he's been performing. And if you get the same result, are you going to be where you want to be? If not, change 2 tasks. Take the money you make from your job and change it, and find a few people that do this. I'm going to wrap up very quickly. Week number 6, you have removed your personal finances from the equation. Now you're going to use your system MasterCard, okay? And you're going to take $65 off your system MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you made $143. Week number 8, took $65 off your system MasterCard, turned it into gold money, put it in gold money piggy bank, you made $286. That's more money than it took you to be part of it. Week number 9, you took $65 off your system MasterCard, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank. You made $1,131. That's $54,000 a year on top of what you're doing, saving the money you made at your job correctly in telling a few people. Week number 11, $65 off your system MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, $2,223. That's $110,000 a year on top of what you're doing. Week number 12, the last of your 12-gram commitment. I think you should continue to buy gold. Absolutely. Acquire more and more and more. $65 off your system MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank. You made $4,485 a week from that point on. A week. And if you have a better package than bronze, it takes less people and less transactions to make far more money. That is the simplicity of understanding the dynamics that created us to come up with the correct message in the plan to acquire far more gold through our system and insulate you with residual income so you can do what you want. It's a beautiful plan whose time has come. Okay? And that here is the blessing, because it's going to require you to take your eyes off of yourself. This is from a repo man. Ex-repo man. Take your eyes off yourself and be of genuine service to somebody else to allow them to even have a chance to say yes or no. One family, a husband and wife, saved their marriage because they did this. And if I can find one more family to stay together because they weren't ripped apart, too broke to move out from their own house. Okay? But they worked together for the last time as a team. When they saw this, the spark came back in their marriage. And they worked together. And they're financially independent. And you can be too, if you're willing to be teachable, if you're willing to do some work. You don't have to be a superstar, but I'm going to tell you, people will come into the business and your international business now and all over the world and allow you to capitalize on whatever you want. And that right here is the simplicity of what we do. And it's been my pleasure sharing that with you tonight. Okay, we have some valid questions here. Common, it seems like some of these are pretty common questions, so I hope I'm going to answer this as best I can. Understand, I'm an affiliate. I don't work for the company. I decided to open my own international business right now and let them pay for all the infrastructure and do what I always do. I always tell somebody about something I like or don't like. Now, how much are we overpaying for the gold in order to support the commissions being paid out? Love that question. Thank you, whoever wrote that. This is where the money comes from. We take big bars of gold and we turn them into little bars of gold and we sell them at competitive prices for our asset class. And you have to match apples and apples and oranges and oranges. Okay? This 1 gram card here sells for about, I think, $63 today. Okay, now if you match us across the board with our asset class, currency grade gold, 999.9, pure, LBMA stamped by an LBMA accredited refinery on the London Good Delivery List, surrounded in a certificate of authenticity with holograms and other features. There's only so many companies that do this. Excuse me. Now, if you match it, 360 days a year, excuse me, we beat their price. for that. The beautiful part about that is this, anybody can buy. Now, the 2.5 gram cards sell for $7.50 a gram less than the 1 gram price per gram, okay? And the 5 gram cards sell for about $14 or $15 per gram less than the 1 gram price. But this is the basis that allows anybody to do it. So here's where the money comes from. We take big bars, turn it into little bars, sell it at a competitive price. You buy your gold the same as I do. And then we take the profit margin from that the dealer, if you went somewhere else, would keep. Okay? And we pass it back to you for doing what you always do. Tell somebody. Simple as that. They don't hoard it. They pass back a significant portion of that to you so you can make residual income. Okay? Now, that's where the money comes from. Number 2, we don't advertise. Number 3, we have another income stream called the dual team system, which is a secondary compensation plan which accredits how much profit is in anything in order to be paid out. If you've ever been in a 7-Eleven, you walk in, you see hot dogs, cans of soda, sandwiches, and a quart of oil. Each one of those products has a different profit margin for the owner of 7-Eleven, right? And so what our secondary compensation plan, which is preparing us to be an honest money system worldwide, is what's called units. That is the intrinsic shared profit margin we have on any product that comes into the system in the future. Okay? Thinking about it in the future. Harold Seitz, the founder, CEO, and visionary of this, has a 20 and 30-year future for this, for you all. Okay, now, that's where the money comes. Actually, the gold holds its value. Whether you have it in a 1 gram or whatever, across the board, it holds its value for that asset class. There are even K exchanges, which are parts of our system, that are gold sellers, so they'll buy it back. Okay, now, how does the gold card piggy bank actually work? It's a savings account. You have 2 choices. You open up a free account. Carrot Bars does not hold your money. You send money to exchange into physical metal, not a stock, not an ETF. Those are investments. Investments can go to 0, right? Metal is insurance, okay? You have car insurance, health insurance, life insurance, home insurance. Why? In case something happens. You know what they all have in common? They all take your paper money in order to buy it, don't they? What if something happens to the buying power of the paper you used to buy it? You got inflation insurance? Right? And so how does it work? You open a free account, you send money to the account, the money within 72 hours is exchanged into physical gold metal, and 2 things happen. It's either placed into the vault for you for free, intrinsic in the cost that you pay, or it's put into the production queue and sent and insured Federal Express to your door. Carrot Bars doesn't hold your money. They don't use your gold as collateral, and your gold is not stored in a publicly visited facility. It's a World Gold Council approved vault that can't be shut down if they wrap tape or lock the doors on a bank, right? Okay, now, how do you continue to get these 1 gram cards? Easy. You can either go in and on your own website and self-manage it and buy more. Okay? And we can actually put anybody's face on a card. We can put your face on a card. 1. Okay? And deliver it across the planet. Now, or you can set it and forget it. You can set up an auto exchange plan. Carrot Bars doesn't make you do anything. There's no minimums or anything like that. 50 euros is the least amount of money they'll exchange. Okay? That's about $65. Okay? And to buy a gram of gold, and then you can even set how many cards you want every month. You can set the date of the month you want to have it ordered. You can set, I want $800 of gold every month taken out, and I want to put it in an account. They can do that too. You don't have to think about it. Nonprofits bolt us on. We bolt on anything. Let me ask you a question. If the company that you work for asked you, would you like to get paid for cash, gold, or a combination of both, how would you answer it? Yeah. You know what? There's smart people out there, right? Now, okay, can you trade in gold for cash if needed? Yes. There's 4 ways to exchange in the gold. Number 1, you can sell it back to the company if it's vaulted there. That's the least advantageous amount because they already paid the commissions out on it, right? Okay, now, the other way is you can sell it to affiliates. You know, if I can go and buy it from you for, let's say, $5 less than you'd buy it on the site, I buy it. I just bought 20 grams for $60 a gram. Is that all right? I buy all kinds of gold now. Okay, now you can also, soon there'll be a tab on the website called the Marketplace, where you can place your gold up for bid. 7% fee, 1% to the company, 6% to the referral system. So you actually can sell your gold and actually make money on somebody in your group bought it. Okay? Can you trade in gold for cash? Yes, you can go to the K exchanges. All the K exchanges will take your carat bars, and they will pay you at least the buyback price. If you have different collector cards, they're probably worth more, right? Just like anything else. Now, if Germany is the second largest gold, who's our largest holder of gold? United States. At least we're supposed to have more gold. I'll just leave it to you on that one, okay? Now, the next one that's coming in is China. China sells all the gold to its citizens. They allow companies to come in and mine. Make no mistake, they're mining like crazy. All the gold they mine has to go to China. China sells it to the citizens. 10,000 people are lined up out the door to buy gold. What does that tell you? They're running ads on TV telling their citizens to buy gold. Why? Think about it for a minute. Now, you used to be a repo man. What was your current net worth? First of all, I never talk about my own net worth. I'll just let you know this, that if you go Google me, and you'll find that I have been all over the place. And I can do whatever I want, when I want, how I want, by helping more people. So I'm here because I know I'm supposed to be here with you. And it's not coincidence you're here either. Now, that might say, sure. Let that marinate on the old noggin for a while. Okay? Now, what did you get involved? Why did I get involved? How did I get involved in this company? A man named Joe Norman, Stormin' Joe Norman, number 52 from the Seattle Seahawks, my friend, 1979 to 1983, asked me to take a look at this. Back when it was clunky, ugly, and we weren't even open in the United States yet. We had to translate the website from an e-commerce company into English. We did. We weren't going to wait for it to come. We were going to take action. Okay? We're the ones that helped bring it here. Now, worked for a year, and my first paycheck was 179 euros. Aren't you excited? So is my wife. She goes like this, way to go, big boy. Aren't wives wonderful? She's not saying that anymore. Now, can you deconvert back to paper if you want to? Yes, you can do that. Is there a minimum weekly commitment? There's no, one thing about carat bars, there's no mandatories in anything except that you represent the company in a good light and don't breach the terms and conditions. That's it. We don't have any mandatory anything. It's every single thing is optional, okay? In terms of a weekly commitment, look at the plan we showed you, the 12-week strategy. It's a strategy designed by successful affiliates, not the company. You know how long it took us to get the right message and the right dynamics together that made sense? So that people said, this makes sense to me and I can do that. I may not be a superstar, but let me tell you right now, I believe that there are other people that will find this valuable, and I'm just going to ask a few people, and some will and some won't. So what? In the meantime, I'm going to try and protect my family. Now, is there the minimum weekly commitment when you heard the $65 a week? That's voluntary. So is success. When you employ the powers of the velocity of the movement of money, it's different if you buy 12 grams one time as if you buy 1 gram 12 times. The velocity of the movement of money keeps duplicating. If you buy one purchase, there's no velocity. It's a one-time purchase. The simplicity. What if I don't find anybody in my first week? Find them in 2 weeks. The only way it won't work is if you're a secret agent. 100%. 100%. Guarantee you it won't work if you're a secret agent. But I tell you right now, it's a mathematical improbability that if you ask some people, hey, you know, how long have you been working at your job? If that company asked you, would you like to get paid in cash, gold, or combination of both, how would you answer that? If I had $800 in gold in my left hand and $800 in cash in my right hand, which one would you choose? Try that one. Okay? Let's see. When do you expect to be accepted in stores as currency? When this is my opinion, but everything I've seen, researched, and done, gone across the cross spectrum, is that there's going to be 3 stages to what I call the fall of the fiat. It has a life cycle that is predictable. It has historical. The same thing happens every time there's a big change. Number 1, we're in stage 1. We're building up to a mathematical event. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to look like here as opposed to any other country, but I can add. Okay, and you saw what happened with the mortgages. Now, stage 2 is probably when the US dollar loses exclusive reserve currency. China's getting ready to put up a gold-backed yuan, 20% gold-backed. What is ours? 100% gold-backed in it. But we're not here to replace. We're not here to compete. We're just here as an alternative mechanism with logical sense across the planet to keep commerce going. So I don't know. Here's what's going to happen. When that happens, watch the blaming that's going to go on TV. You, look at all you did. Look at what you did. They're going to make you so mad so you won't pay attention to what's happened with the paper money, and they'll slip in something else. Probably electronic money backed by currency-grade gold. What kind of gold do we have, Dan? Currency-grade gold. Follow me? All the central banks and governments are buying that. Now, it will go like that. When the exchange value of the paper money is apparent, more and more places will take that. Okay? It's be like fax machines. Remember what I taught you about that? Okay, now, the third stage is when we settle out, and there'll be financial prosperity for the ones that are prepared. The other ones, they're going to have a hard time, just like they tried to get back in 2008, and many people haven't even gotten back to where they are. Okay, what if you do not bring any people under you? Can you still buy gold? Yes. There's no requirement. These accounts are free. This is an awesome tool in your tool belt. It's far better than any other account you can have. Why? It's based on something real, intangible, legitimate. We don't have anything paper. That's physical gold metal, and it never goes out of style. Never rusts, never rots, never loses intrinsic value. Always considered an asset on any shelf. And forget what we say. Forget what the TV says. All central banks and governments are buying gold, currency-grade gold at record amounts. What does that tell you? Right? But Wall Street created the bubble with the paper, ETFs, and stocks. They tagged that to the price of gold. The buying power of the gold has never changed at any price. But the price has changed based on how they manipulate to extract wealth on the way up with paper stocks that are backed by as little sometimes as 1/100th in physical gold. Okay? And when the price drops, guess what? They get people to panic and sell their gold, and then guess who comes in and buys the gold at less? The central banks and governments, or you. Your choice. You don't need any other broker. You can manage your own account. Okay, what if you don't, what do you bring, you don't, just use the account. If you want to tell some people, believe me, it's not hard. Mainly they want to see, are you sincere? Honestly, they want to see, are you sincere? Okay, there's no reason not to open your own account. Okay, what price am I buying gold relative to the spot rate? Very good question. The buyback price is relative to the spot price of London fixed second. Okay? The LBMA, London Bullion Market Association, in governance of their good delivery list gold, okay, posts 2 postings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Our prices revolve 1 day, 24-hour back of the market. So if gold drops today, our prices reflect that tomorrow. Okay? Very interesting phenomenon. And so these right here, the 5-gram cards, 9% margin on it. Now you understand that the spot price that they show you on TV is only relative to the metal itself. It doesn't include any premium of manufacturing. And it's based on a kilogram based in ounces. And understand, currency-grade gold is priced out in grams. It is not priced out in ounces. Grams. Now, what if I want to sell my gold? What price relative to the spot rate? Depends on who you sell it to. Depends on what you exchange it for. You have You can sell it back to the company, least advantageous. You can sell it to other affiliates, you get a better price. You can take it to any K exchange and they will give you money for it, or you can swap it out. Understand, if the grid goes down, you're not getting any money out of the bank anyways. I'll bet you 10 to 1 that there are people out there that are merchants. I'd take that gold for now. All right, think about that. Forget about currency collapse. What if a disaster hit and you couldn't get money out of the bank? Now, can someone in the commodities industry who is supervised, regulated by the, understand, I don't give tax, legal, or financial advice. I show you what I do. I showed you a logical plan that worked for us and many other people. Okay, can they do it? It depends. Understand, we're not gold as a commodity. We're gold as money and inflation insurance. And so, can they regulate that? This isn't a buy low, sell high, try and make money deal. That's not that program. And so you need to contact a trusted licensed professional in order to find out how those rules fit in, because I can't give you that advice. Okay, as a new affiliate investing $10,000 now, will I increase my earnings by how much? First of all, this is not a speculative investment. It does not bear interest. This is a self-preservation account. This is like a spare tire in your car. Because if you have a flat, you want to push your car on a flat? No. And so understand the difference between the mentality of a paper stock bearing interest until it doesn't anymore, right? And physical gold metal, which is insurance, okay? Now, the nice thing about it, if the paper money worldwide, which there is $1.4 quadrillion, that fiat paper money, $1.4 quadrillion of all this, $1,400 trillion. If it has a reset, it has to reset based on currency grade gold across the planet. What has to happen if that occurs, even over 10 years? What will the price of gold go to? Really buying power, not manipulated anymore by the stocks. It has to go and reset to back a commerce. Okay, now, so that question I can't answer, but you know what? I'm saving gold every week in far more than I'll ever. We got 1.1 pounds of gold 2 weeks ago. Now, I never buy that out of my own pocket, but if I set up an asset that spins off residual income or gold, I can decide whether I want it in cash or I want it in gold, right? I'll just take that. We still made more money. Okay, now, who separates this from an MLM? Very good question. We're an e-commerce company. We're a platform that allows you, they don't teach you how to build anything. MLMs do. MLMs make you have a buy-in, generally, and an auto ship. We don't. MLMs tell you how much they're going to pay you on levels. We don't. We have two teams in a compensation plan that I just showed you with finding two people. I only showed you 2 ways we pay you. We pay you 7 ways. I didn't talk about the other 5 because if that wasn't enough, what good is the rest of the 5, right? If that what I showed you wasn't enough to pique your interest to get the results and see what you needed to do, what good is the other 5 ways to show you how to make money? We get paid once a week, once a month, and we even get paid over a lifetime by the number of grams of gold that run through your business. Everything from an iPhone, cash, or gold, to 2 mega trips, our own Carrot Bars edition Rolex watch, 3 car programs. They hand you the keys. There isn't any leases. Okay? And the top one is a villa. It's going to take 1,200 kilograms running through your business in that. Explain the compensation plan. Oh, I don't even have any time to do that. Let me put it this way. I would love to be able to do that. Nobody probably knows more about the comp plan than me. Why? Because we took a traditional company and we showed this to who was the head of a nonprofit to start with. We didn't realize that the nonprofit was part of another company. And the other company had an international think tank. So little did I know that talking to this one person who didn't call me back would lead to him taking it to the board. And the board said, we'll run it through legal and see if it passes, because I think it's a good idea. And so they did that, and then it went to the CEO, and it took me 4 different times to show him what it was, because I wasn't on his high priority list, right? When I finally showed it to him, I said, look, let's cut through this. Your time's valuable, so is mine. Let's see if we're looking along the same lines. Turn the phone off. Were you willing to do that with me? No more interruptions. Okay? Yes. So I show it to him. He goes, I like it, but here's my objection, here's my objection, here's my objection. Good. There any other objections? Yes. There's this one. So we went through them one at a time. If anybody ever asks about price, you send them to, if you have a pen, write it down. The letter A, carrot bars, KARATBARS.com. carrotbars.com. And just look in that. You'll see price comparisons. You'll see all kinds of stuff. You'll understand the type of gold we have, everything. You just send them to that. The guy never called me back for as long as it was. The next morning, who calls me at 7 o'clock in the morning? Him, the CEO. He goes, I woke up, I get it. But even if I get it, we have to be able to implement it. So you need to talk to the chief operations officer. This is already 5 months into the thing. You never know where that little seed you drop is going to go. There's 40 to 50,000 payroll accounts that are about to be put into that system. And so I had to work with the chief operations officer who had to figure out 5 months how to take 3 companies, 6 principal owners, and attach 2 compensation plans on a traditional business model. Do you think I learned about the comp plan? Right? To explain it, can't do it. Here's what I want you to know. They pay on time, the accounting is accurate, and it's like a cell phone. If you want to find out, you can find out the frequency modulation that runs through the SIM card based on the triangulation of the cell tower configuration. That doesn't mean, right? For me, a phone, I want to dial 10 numbers and I want to reach you. Right? All I want to know, if I dial the 10 numbers, am I going to reach you? The rest of it works out. Okay? And so, to explain the comp plan, I cannot do this here. There's 2 fashions. One is a unilevel, which means you do work and people that you tell other people, you make money. 5 different ways. The next one is simultaneously, they're placed in an optional program that you have to opt into by buying any one of the business marketing packages one time, and it puts you in it. And then you'll profit from that whole extra side on top of that, based by doing work that you do. The people that you bring in do work. This isn't a get in, put money in, and don't do nothing. Okay? This is a get involved, understand all the advantages you're going to have as a global company, positioning yourself in front of the largest market transfer as $1,400 trillion of fiat paper money moves of gold, silver, and oil-backed money. You get to utilizing a system that allows you to capture that you don't have to pay for. All you got to do is tell people and do work. You do that, you capture that. Okay? You don't do it, you get exactly what you decide to do. Now, however you market makes no difference. But we have figured out a dynamics that make this work so good. And it's a culmination of all my failures. Okay? I don't have any more questions here. Does anybody have any more questions that are in there? You might have one from what I said. If you have, you can raise your hand and I'll ask. Go ahead.
Most relationship businesses that I've been involved with, had certain trainings, meetings, drawn circles. This looks like it's definitely going after a much higher grade, people that understand investment, understand the value of gold. But what training vehicles have you made to guarantee success of people that, like myself, that might not have the credibility?
Love it. Awesome.
Move forward and talk to people like you or other people in this
That
room
is
successful.
Love it. That is a common question, which all comes back to belief and basic instruction. We have created as affiliates, not part of the company. Hey, they don't teach you, Carrot Bars doesn't teach you how to do anything. They provide the platform just like Amazon and everybody else does. They don't teach you how to do stuff. You got to go figure it out. We figured it out. We weren't waiting for them. We saw an opportunity to go make this. Okay? carrotbarswebinar.com. Every day at 12 noon Eastern, every night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 days a week, every single day, there's a webcast for you to go and bring people to and see this. You don't even have to be there. You know what it is? Here it is. How many people you got on your phone? Okay, well tell me how many. Look at, do you think there's 2 people in that whole list that might want to take a look at a legitimate business plan to make $4,500 a week of passive income in 12 weeks? 2! Let me put the stats. 1 out of 2 that sees a business marketing plan that isn't interrupted. Not while you're watching TV. Okay? Not while you're cooking dinner. That physically looks at it. 1 out of 2 enrolls. Here's the stats for me, even in ours. Now, you want to know my secret? I got 3 minutes. You want to know my secret? If you go, write it down, KaratGroupTeam.com. KaratGroupTeam.com. That is the system I helped develop. I test drove it in secret for 5 months without telling anybody. Why? I'm smart. Results take time to be measured, and anything can work for a little bit. Can it work long time? It produced 30% growth per month, every single month. It's 9 months in a row now. So I think it works. And the people that try and say, I can do that better and do it this, okay. So when somebody sees the plan like you have, who here has been introduced to this for the first time? Here it is. 3 ways to participate. You can use the account for self-protection. Plant a financial flag in another area of the world or in your hands that's in your reach, but just out of the direct reach of those who think all of your money is their money without due process. Okay? Number 2, you can use the account for self-protection and work Carrot Bars any way you want to. We even have a CarrotBarsIRA.com program figured out by the same financial brain that worked on this project with us. Go watch the video. I do not give tax or license advice. Go to there, you watch a video. Entrust Financial, who's heard of them? One of the largest, if not the largest, self-directed IRA companies in the United States. Okay? And so they handle all the details. I don't handle it. You don't handle it. You sponsor your own IRA and you make commissions off your own individual retirement account based in real physical gold metal. Not a stock, not an ETF, and it's in your reach. Okay? Any of those aspects like that. Okay? The third one, you can commit to following a plan, more or less a blueprint, a diagram on how to create an asset that spins off a lot of residual income and acquires a lot of gold. But it will require you to have the same attitude to give your A-game effort and not bargain with it. And so go to CaratGroupTeam.com. Go see the red, blue, and green videos. Download the 3 PDFs next to each one of those. That is the system I give to you for free. You want to use it? Lots of people are. Lots of people that struggled. And so for you to find different places, there are even ways that you can use to find other interested parties. We're looking for the interested parties. We're not looking to make somebody interested or hatch you like an egg. Understand, we know where we're going. We know exactly what we're doing. The question is, do you want to go where we're going? That's it. So in each crowd, there's some that will and some that just they won't, or they'll try and overanalyze it. We don't need you to do that. You can do whatever you want to do. This is where we're going, and guess what? It works. No logical reason not to at least open an account. None. You got no financial risk whatsoever, but you have every advantage of it if you decide to do something with it. So, I think that about wraps up what we have for questions. Okay, it's been my pleasure sharing with you. That's all I have to say for you. It's been a pleasure me sharing and answering great questions, and I hope I did them as best as possible. Okay.